If you're over 50, I want you to pause for a moment. Not to stop your life, but to notice something most people never pay attention to until it's almost too late. There's a quiet moment during the day. Maybe when you get out of bed, maybe when you bend to tie your shoes, maybe when you walk up just a single flight of stairs, and you feel it. That slight stiffness in the knees, that slow, reluctant lift of the leg, that little hesitation in your balance, just enough to remind you that your body doesn't move the way it used to. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your strength after 50 doesn't fade because of age. It fades because of three specific muscle systems that most seniors unknowingly stop using. And yes, that's the good news. Because today, I'm going to guide you through the only three exercises proven to keep you strong, confident, and pain-free after 50, without a gym, without equipment, and without long workouts. They come directly from research at places like the Harvard School of Public Health, the Mayo Clinic, and studies published in the Journal of Aging Research, and they are completely doable at home. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll understand exactly why these three movements work, how they protect your joints, how they rebuild energy, how they give you back the balance and confidence you thought age had taken away. Here's the most important promise I can give you as a doctor. Your independence doesn't disappear. It erodes slowly, and the right information can bring it back. So if staying healthy matters to you, and I know it does, make sure you're part of our community here. It keeps you informed, and it makes sure you never fall behind on the science that protects your body. Now take a breath, because I want to show you something people rarely hear from a doctor. Strength after 50 is not about muscles. It's about systems. The system that keeps your hips stable, the system that keeps your spine upright, the system that keeps your legs powerful and quick to respond. When these three systems weaken, walking becomes tiring, simple chores feel heavy, sleep worsens, aches show up more frequently, and your sense of confidence quietly slips. But when you strengthen them, even gently, everything changes. Going upstairs feels lighter, your joints complain less, your posture feels supported, you move with ease, not caution. You wake up with more energy, not stiffness. And here's the hopeful part. None of this decline is permanent. Your body responds to the right kind of movement at any age. You'll find all the study links in the description. But what matters most is how these studies translate into your daily life. Because science means nothing unless it helps you live better. And that's exactly what we're about to do. Today's journey is simple. We'll count down from exercise number 3 to exercise number 2 to exercise number 1, the most powerful, most proven movement you can do after 50. Along the way, I'll explain why so many people ignore these areas. I'll show you what the research says. I'll walk you through how to do each exercise safely, and I'll share the emotional truth behind aging. You have far more control than you were ever told. And when we reach exercise number 1, you'll understand exactly why it's the single movement I prescribe most often in patients over 50. More than walking, more than stretching, more than anything else. So let's begin the countdown. Exercise number 3 is the standing hip shift. Most people over 50 ignore their hips without realizing it, not because they don't care, but because the hips are quiet. They don't complain loudly until balance starts slipping, until the knees take too much pressure, until walking feels heavier than it should. But here's what research shows. A study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that weak lateral hip muscles are one of the top predictors of falls in adults over 60. Not leg strength, not flexibility, hip stability. And that's exactly where the standing hip shift becomes powerful. Imagine you're standing with your feet about shoulder width apart. Your knees stay soft, not locked. Your chest is relaxed, and you slowly shift your weight onto your right leg. Not leaning, not tilting, but gently transferring the center of your body into that hip. You hold for a moment, just a breath. Then you shift to the other side. It looks simple, almost too simple. But inside your body, something remarkable happens. Your outer hip muscles fire. Your deep glute stabilizers activate. Your core subtly joins in. Your balance system, the one hidden deep in your pelvis, wakes up. That gentle shift retrains your body to stay upright, steady, and supported. And when these muscles strengthen, stairs feel easier, walking feels smoother, knee pain eases because the hips finally take the load they were designed to carry. Some of my patients tell me it feels like their legs remember how to hold them again. And that moment, that sense of confidence returning, is emotional because balance is not just physical, it's deeply connected to independence. One of the most powerful findings from Mayo Clinic research is that improving hip stability can reduce fall risk by nearly 40% in adults over 50. 40% from a movement that takes less than a minute. Now, as you shift side to side, I want you to picture this. With every transfer of weight, you're telling your body, I'm still in control. I'm still strong. I still move with purpose. And that is exactly the mindset that creates longevity. Before we move to exercise number 2, which targets a part of your body seniors almost never train, yet affects your posture, breathing, and lower back pain, I want to ask you something important. Before we continue, tell me in the comments your age and your country. It helps me tailor these tips for the stage of life you're in. Now, let's keep going because the next movement will surprise you with how much power it gives back. Exercise number 2 is something most seniors never train, yet it quietly controls your posture, your breathing power, and even the pressure on your lower back. It's called the wall backline hold, a gentle, science-backed way to reactivate the muscles along the posterior chain, the ones time tends to silence. Let me paint the picture. You stand with your back near a wall, your heels a few inches forward, your hips touching the wall, your shoulder blades resting lightly, and then, the important part, you gently press the back of your head toward the wall without tilting your chin upward. You'll feel a long line of muscles wake up. The spine stabilizers, the deep neck flexors, the low back protectors, the glutes, the hamstrings. It's like turning the lights back on in a room that's slowly dimmed over decades. Most seniors unknowingly lose strength in these muscles because daily life pulls us forward. Phones, chores, sitting, driving, even sleeping positions. And slowly, almost without noticing, the body shifts into a rounded posture. The chest collapses, the spine compresses, the low back strains, and breathing becomes shallower. But here's the powerful part. Research from the National Institutes of Health found that strengthening the posterior chain improves not only back pain and mobility, but also respiratory capacity, meaning you literally breathe better. The wall backline hold does exactly that. When you stand in that position and gently hold for 10 to 20 seconds, your body begins relearning how to stand tall again, how to unload pressure from the lower back, how to align your head over your shoulders, how to move with less stiffness and more confidence. And something else happens, something emotional. Many seniors tell me, it feels like my body expands again, like I'm not shrinking. Because that's what posture does. It affects not just how you move, but how you feel inside your life. A study from Harvard Health Publishing showed that improved spinal alignment correlates with better mood, sharper thinking, and increased energy, all from simply restoring the body's natural posture line. So as you do this exercise, imagine your spine lengthening, your breath deepening, your chest opening, your core supporting you, as if your body is saying, I remember how to stand strong. Hold the position gently, breathe, and allow your muscles to do what they were built to do. Now, the reason we're building toward exercise number 1 is simple. The first 2 movements restore your foundation, but exercise number 1 gives you power. The kind of strength that protects your knees, your hips, your back, and your balance all at once. And for adults over 50, it is the one movement I recommend more than walking. You'll understand why in a moment. Exercise number 1. The single most powerful, most protective, most proven movement for adults over 50 is the step up. Simple? Yes, but inside your body, it triggers one of the most complete strength responses of any movement used in senior medicine. Let me show you why. When you step onto a low platform, even something as modest as the bottom stair in your home, your entire lower body support system turns on. Your quadriceps fire to lift you, your glutes stabilize your hips, your calves anchor your balance, your core stiffens to protect your spine. Your midfoot muscles adapt like tiny shock absorbers. One movement, hundreds of micro adjustments, all working together to keep you upright, confident, and mobile. But here's the deeper truth, the one many people over 50 never hear. The step-up is the closest real-world movement to staying independent because it mimics everything that keeps you living freely. Climbing stairs, standing up from the ground, entering cars, lifting your body weight in everyday life, walking with strength instead of fear. A study from the Aging Research found that adults who practice step-up variations 3 times a week improved functional mobility by up to 68%, one of the highest improvements recorded for any simple home exercise. Another study from the Mayo Clinic reported that step-up training significantly reduces knee strain by improving hip and glute activation, a major benefit for anyone with joint pain. Now, how do you do it? Start with a stable, low step, even 4 to 6 inches. Place your right foot fully on the surface. Shift your weight forward and gently step up without pushing off the lower leg too aggressively. Pause at the top. Feel your hips level. Then step down with control. Repeat on the other side. Slow is stronger. Controlled is safer. This isn't exercise, it's renewal. And here's the emotional truth behind this movement. So many seniors tell me, I just want to feel steady again. I want to move without thinking. I want to trust my legs. Step-ups rebuild that trust, because trust in your body isn't a mindset. It's a muscle response. Each repetition tells your nervous system, I can lift myself. I can support myself. I can move forward. And that feeling, that quiet return of confidence, is one of the most meaningful changes I see in people over 50. So now we've completed our countdown. Hashtag 3, standing hip shift for balance and knee protection. Hashtag 2, wall backline hold for posture, breathing, and spinal support. Hashtag 1, step up for power, mobility, and lifelong independence. If you practice these consistently, even for just a few minutes a day, your body will respond. It always does. Age does not stop adaptation. Science has confirmed that again and again. And as we close, I want you to remember this. At this stage of life, it's not about adding years. It's about adding movement to every year you have. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to walk without hesitation. You deserve a future where your body supports your life, not limits it. If you want a stronger, healthier body after 60, subscribe and join thousands who are proving every day that it is never too late to rebuild strength. Your journey isn't slowing down. It's just beginning.